Final, but there's only one car. It is Tim Garlick with Apache. You've got to come around and take the run here. Obviously, we did have 20 bets with Venom, but unfortunately, the run he runs into sort of mistake. And of course, Simon Haywood has been here this weekend. There's the Hancock car.
Miles an hour, getting closer and closer to the run they want to make. Okay, thumbs up for the Top Fuel Bike final. Behind us, Neil Midgley taking on Steve Woolatt. Midjo had a much better run earlier on today. 3.8 second to the 8th mile, which would normally mean a 5-second run. He clipped it not long after that. However, that was a high run. This is a race against Steve.
Yeah, Steve went 6:35 in his semi.
And that was a full run, wasn't it? Yeah. All the way through. And Neil went 6:59.
So you,
I think that's a while that one. That's another Top Fuel bike I just remembered. Rush, who's down there crewing for Neil Midgley, rode the bike before. Someone's going to message me again before I remember. Is it Martin Newby? Anyway, the Top Fuel around when we started commentating, and he's been rebuilding for all that time, and I know that it's close to being ready again. In Newbury. Yeah, of course, Al Smith has got a new bike under construction at some point, because remember, he used to ride the Rocky. That's right. Concentrated building his own bike. I think that's done as well. Yeah. Kev Charles obviously made his debut this weekend. He's got Ryan Davison in the wings, ready to come out. Hopefully, be nice by the main event, but we'll soon see. So, Neil Midgley, Kestrel Lane, Steve Woolatt, defending UK champion in the Slick Tricks Lane. Sadly, Steve doesn't join us at the FIM races anymore, just concentrates on the UK ones. Let's see what he can do in the final round against Neil. As long as Neil doesn't get the blocks at the finish line, which he hasn't, he will take the event with cruising through at 72 miles an hour. Well, it's a bit of an odd weekend actually for Neil. Some really strong runs, but also a couple of tyre smokers in there as well. But they still took the event win. Steve Woolatt coasts all the way through in the Slick Tricks Lane. They do produce a couple of thousand horsepower, so a chain that can take that is doing well, shall we say.
So, Comp Eliminator. Next one to come round. This is semi-finals for Comp. And it will be a solo for Reuven Dawson, then it'll be a race between Dan Williams and Emma Goddard. got to say, can't wait. I mean, we have our big classes at the main event, and, but comp eliminator at the main event's going to be awesome. How you doing, Nick? Good to see you, mate.
Off the chart.
Yeah.
Well done on making the other Pope. Nick, if you can hear us, can you hear us, Nick? Yes, it's us speaking to you, God. Well done on making the other guy with a Copo take a lump out of his index. That was very subtle, mate. Well done.
It's a game of chess,
It
isn't it?
is, you bet, yeah. I don't know if I was supposed to say that or not, but I did it anyway.
We don't know.
Yeah, well, it's fairly epic. You can't help it, can you, really? Yeah, it's a season-long points championship. I mean, yeah, you might win the battle, but it's all about the war, isn't it? Yeah, that's exactly how it works. However, one of the Williams boys is still in contention. Also, interestingly as well, we have the potential for our first ever front-wheel drive finalist in Comp Eliminator. And it could be Emma Goddard, who's only entered this year. We shall see. So Dan Williams, your number 2 qualifier, Emma Goddard, number 7. Both can run well under their numbers on the board. Dan's index as well now, 10.65. Oh, not got as much wriggle room as he had the round before.
Going to make it very interesting.
But doing it for the front wheel drive gang in the Kestrel lane is Emma Goddard with the glitch. So the big muscle car will go first, the Japanese muscle car will follow. Ahmed's cheerleading behind.
Dan sees the win light on his leg, clicks it early.
Yeah.
Commiserations to Emma, that wasn't the way she wanted her weekend to end. But fantastic job getting that far.
Right, this is the other semi-final by a run. Also, we've got the last couple of classes for semis sitting over there, and then it'll be all final rounds all the time. Reuben Dawson has taken the most monumental lump out of his index I've ever seen in one weekend. It's gone from 920 on Friday to 852 on Sunday.
Wow. Does that stay there?
I think so.
Ouch.
Subject to confirmation. Let's save it for the final round. He is actually the points leader though, it's not going badly. He is actually the points leader in competition. Okay, semi-finals of Super Pro. Race of Iron.
Well, I'll talk about national champions. Scott Hauser has 4 national championships in Super Pro ET, and lost count how many races and championships Lee Huxley's won over his period of racing, but it's multiple. Darlings, 7:35 for Scott Hauser, 8:65 for Lee Huxley, 1.3 second difference on the tree. The Black Mustang will have that side of the tree run first. This for a spot in the final. 37 on the 35. 100th and 200th were the differences, but Lee also had 200s off the line. The win margin at the stripe is 0-2-3, and Lee Huxley is into the final. Going to be taking on this man in the final, which is Alan Didwell. All Alan needs to do is break the beams, and he's into the final. .763 the dial-in for Alan. Alan got past, let's have a look at his journey today. Mark Russell in round 1, got past Tom Atkinson in round 2, and then had to do it again. Still got past him. Then he had a bye in the semi, which is this one here.
He's definitely going to be leading with the points lead.
Lee Huxley and Alan Didwell, your finalist in Super Pro. Added incentive for Lee Huxley, as if he ever needs one. He's got 50 quid bounty that you can collect if he beats Alan in the final.
Okay, Super Street Fight, the final. We've been looking forward to this one. The teammates,
Jake Michelle and Kostas Giannopoulos.
Is this where we find out Jake taught him everything he knows but not everything he does?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
No, he's taught Kostas everything you think he needs to know.
However, I'm sure Kostas doesn't need to be taught a lot. He's done so well, leaving really well on the Christmas tree and riding the wheels off that thing. Best Kostas has run is a 6.87. I think that was back in qualifying, wasn't it? No, that was 92, sorry, 6.87 earlier today. Jake has been down in the 6.60s a couple of times today. Final round, Super Street Fight. What's been a great day for the two wheels. No tyre spin at all, it's a flat. Wow, another 6.66, 222 miles an hour. Kostas did everything he could. But it was Jake at every increment.
Jake today has got 668,
Yeah.
669, 666. Wow. Unbelievable. Well done, Jake. Congratulations. And Kostas, big up for getting into that final Super
That's
Street.
what Winter Championships
It
like,
does.
consistently, that's what I was talking about before. People that consistently do it, they're the ones you've got to watch out for. Okay, Kirsty Tram and Gary Lake, and then we're done with semi-finals. It's nothing but final rounds from now on.
So 12 flat pace, 13.88. These were 1 and 2 in the championship last year. Gary Lake is the defending national champion. Probably the two toughest in the Sportsman ET. Only one of them is going to get to the final. Gary sets off. Off goes Kirsty. A race to the stripe then.
A 95 and an 88 beats an 11 on a 12 flat. 0.4 the win margin. It's only 100th in it on the start line in favour of Gary Lake.
Yeah, I think they're both a little bit polite off the line.
Compared to usual, anyway.
Yeah. All right, Clive Dandridge, Debbie Taylor, 12.44 for the truck, takes on 13.75 for the Mustang. So good to have Debbie back, actually. Nice to see you guys. They're doing so well.
And doing well, on the verge of a final round.
Lose up 13.92. Clive with the start line advantage there. there. But well done to Debbie, as I say, great to have you back with us. Really, really good to have you back.
Right, the racetrack will go quiet for not that long. We are just collecting finalists. There are a couple down there, but we're going to collect everybody. You can see on the live stream from the pictures, we've got a couple of our bike finals down